Hey there, and welcome to episode 54 of Cast Reflect. I'm your host Josh, and I'm joined by not Connell Jennings, he's away on work duties, but Carlie McGarity.
Hello.
All right? You all right?
Hi. Yeah. How are you?
Yeah. All good, all good. You're the super sub coming in for Connell.
I know. I've got big shoes to fill.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, Connell is away in Helsinki, I think. Sorry, I can't remember, Con. You're in like 3 places in the next like few weeks, and I can't remember where they are apart from London. But yeah, Carlie,
Hi.
you've joined.
Hi.
You're sat downstairs in the lounge.
Yeah.
I've
Got Lola
kicked.
next to me.
Got Lola there, keeping you company. Hopefully she doesn't bark.
We've
It'll be
drawn
all
the
right.
curtains, so
Yeah, so she can't look out the window.
yeah.
Just it's the best thing to do, to be honest. How are
Yeah.
you? I don't know why I'm asking you how you are. It's weird because we live together and it's like, oh, how you doing? Like,
In the
it's just,
formalities.
yeah, it's weird.
But no, I'm good.
How
I'm
was
good.
work? No, I'm kidding. We'll just go straight in, mate. What have you been playing? What have you been playing recently?
Well, I'm still playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Yeah, you're taking ages with it.
Yeah, much to your disgust.
Yeah, you need to hurry up, mate,
Jo-
so I can talk to you about it.
I know. But then it's actually your fault because you've
Brilliant.
also got me playing Dave the Diver, which is now only
Yeah.
going to prolong that. So I'm
Wow.
kind of,
You didn't play Final Fantasy VII for like 3 weeks. That's shocking.
I know, but with good reason.
Mm. Nah, you have been working hard on stuff for Reflect as well, like the design stuff. So I'll let you off.
Exactly.
I'll let you off. So yeah, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. What do you think of it?
Oh, I just love it. Every
Yeah,
time I play it, I think I just sit there with like a massive grin on my face. It's so good.
yeah, it's
So good.
amazing, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's amazing.
like everything about it. Like, I mean, I loved Remake. Haven't played the original, so got no comparison. But yeah, I didn't know how they're going to top Remake, and they have in
Yeah,
every
they've smashed
single
it.
way.
They've
Yeah,
smashed it out of the park.
and of course we're going to watch the music,
Yeah,
which I'm very
yeah,
excited for. So
yeah. We're going
basically,
to the Royal Albert Hall, aren't we, to watch them do the like the Rebirth like symphony, basically.
mm, with Adam, and it's
Yeah.
gonna be great. So I have got a deadline this time,
Yeah,
but
you
have it
have to
done.
finish it by then. I
Yeah.
really hope you finished it by September. That would be shit if I've no one to talk to about it properly. Because no one I know at work's playing it. Well, Bones can play it, but I don't know
Yeah.
how long it's going to take him. Connell's not playing it. Like Adam's playing about 500 fucking games, so he's never going to complete it in time. And now you're like slacking as well, and I'm here like a month later, like fucking done it, mate. I just want to talk to someone about it. But
Shaking in the corner.
when you finish it, maybe if Adam finishes it as well, we can do like a rebirth special. Probably for the fucking anniversary, the year anniversary of its release.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I am on chapter 9 now, so
Mm. Yeah, you're getting through it. You're getting there.
yeah, it's just that thing. Like as soon as I started playing it again, I was just like, why did I stop?
Mm.
But it's just life, isn't it?
Yeah, life gets in the way sometimes.
Yeah.
How are you enjoying Dave the Diver?
Yeah, no, it's really great. I kind of I've got into a bit of a routine of I play Final Fantasy and then I'll like wind down with Dave for a bit.
Yeah, wind down with Dave.
Wind down with
Yeah,
Dave, do a bit of diving,
yeah, it's pretty chill, isn't it?
run a sushi bar. Yeah, no, I just love it. It's obviously like I heard you and Con speak about it and how you both said about how it just drip feeds like new bits in
Yeah.
more and it's just got that real addictive gameplay loop. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
I'm glad I'm finally playing it.
Yeah, when I came down the other day and you were playing it and you were like still diving like down to 50 meters, I was like, you got so much more to do to go. So many like new things to look at and check out. But I get it. You got to get the money, haven't you? You got to get the money from the sushi bar and that to upgrade your stuff. And yeah, it's amazing. And it's free on
Yeah.
PlayStation Plus, isn't it as well? Which is
Mm,
why you're playing it.
yeah, definitely.
I think I think it would be amazing to play on Switch, but for free, it's like you can't really. And it's such a good looking game as well, considering like it's just like a pixel art, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
art
it's
style.
stunning.
It's such a good looking game. The soundtrack's amazing. It's
Yeah,
so like the Bancho Sushi like soundtrack's so sick. It's great. It's so memorable. I love that game. Love
yeah,
that game so much.
yeah, it's really cool. I'd like really recommend it to anyone.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, what about you?
Well, I finished Persona 3 the other day, didn't I?
Oh yeah.
That was just. Do you know what? I felt more hollow after finishing that than I did Final Fantasy. And
What?
that's not because I didn't like Final Fantasy. Obviously, I loved Final Fantasy, but I just Persona games. They really do get their claws into you, like
Mm,
properly, and you love the characters and you love the world, and you literally spend a calendar year with them, like, and you're with them like every single day in the game. Even just like the little throwaway conversations that you can have with them about certain things and what's happening at the time. It's just you get addicted to the characters as well. Like that's the driving
yeah.
force of Persona. Um, it's just so good. It's so good. It's better than 4 in my opinion, but not as good as 5.
Oh.
But 5 is one of the greatest games ever made in my opinion. Like Persona 5 Royale, it's fucking brilliant. You got to play that. I know you're like JRPG heavy at the moment, but
I know, so I've
it
still got to go back to Final Fantasy
yeah, you got to go
16.
back to 16 as well.
I'm sorry,
Um,
Clive. I've not
yeah,
forgotten
yeah,
about
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Just
Carlie.
Cloud.
Yeah, you've been
Just
replaced. You've been replaced by a moodier. Well, I don't know. Is Cloud moodier than Clive?
oh my god,
I reckon
yes.
he is moodier. Yeah, yeah.
100%.
Clive's just like deadpan all the time, isn't he?
Yeah, but I think he like softens up as he gets older.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, he becomes more of his. He knows what he needs to do, kind of thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 16 is fucking great, man. Like, it's
Yeah,
so
no,
good.
I really was enjoying it. I just again took forever and then Final Fantasy 7 came along and
Yeah, that was it. It just kind of. I mean, it overtook it for me. Like, I was loving Persona 3, and then 7 came out, and I was like, I can't not play this. Like, I thought I would be able to. I thought I'd be able to tandem, and I was like, nah. Like, I'm
you
just not. I'm just not going to play Persona until I've finished Final Fantasy, and that's basically what I did.
you sacked it off hard.
Yeah, I really did. I really did.
I think I feel like we were both kind of similar. Like we were obviously excited for Rebirth and it just sort of came out and we knew it was always going to be good, but I think when we both started playing it, it was just like, fuck, this is amazing. And
Yeah, it was overwhelmingly good. Like
yeah,
to start with. Yeah,
and
yeah.
then I think it was like, and then it just hooks you in, doesn't it? And before you
Mm.
know it, you're like
Yeah,
addicted.
you just yeah. You can't stop playing it. Do you know?
No.
I think it's the music that was just kept
Oh,
me going back so much. Like just to go back to that quickly, it's so fucking good.
yeah. It's
Like I'd
still
be
the
really surprised if that doesn't win best soundtrack this year, at the Game Awards, or something along those lines. I,
definitely.
I know that's a bold statement because we're only in April, but fucking hell, it's so good. It's
Mm.
so good.
It's all like
Such a
the
variety as well.
yeah, it's like all the new like like arrangements they've done and how they've
Yeah.
like mixed the battle music up. There's different like variations of that.
Yeah, it never gets. I feel like the battle music, the OG battle music that they use, is way less in this game, and it's more
Yeah,
special rather than every single time you get into a fight in the first remake, it would be the battle music. Do you know what I mean? And this
yeah,
time, it's kind of like each area has its own theme of the overworld theme from the original game, and then the battle music kind of flows into that like seamlessly. It's so good, so
yeah.
fucking good.
And it's funny, like even like being as far through it as I am, I still keep expecting it to be like that battle music, and then it's a
Yeah,
different take on it, and it's like, oh my
yeah,
God,
yeah. It's
it's
so
good.
good, isn't it? And then it changes in each area. It's oh mate.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just do the Final Fantasy 7 podcast right now if you
Yeah,
want.
just scrap the agenda and
Yeah,
go for
yeah. Sack
it.
it off. Sack it right off.
Like, but yeah, no, I'm loving it. What
Nice.
what are you playing now after Persona? What have you got lined up?
Oh, I'm gonna. Well, I started Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Um,
Nice.
the second one because I played the first one a few years ago and loved it, and the second one's been sat in my playlist on Game Pass for ages. And I started playing it the other night, I think, when you were at the cinema.
Oh, cool.
And it's fucking brilliant. It's just excellent already. It's so good.
Oh.
But I haven't played it enough to give a proper kind of opinion on it. It's very much like the first one, like
Hmm.
really clever platforming, really smooth gameplay. The soundtrack's brilliant. Visually, it's stunning. The sound design's amazing in it as well. It's one of those games that's definitely better with headphones.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I kind of got that, and then I don't know. I'm gonna play Elden Ring again before the DLC.
Oh, you not got long.
Um, I know, I know. Well, Ryan, if you're listening, you need to fucking hurry up with that, mate. No, I'm kidding. Take your time. Take your time.
He's not kidding.
I'm not. I'm shaking my head. No, in all seriousness, I would like to play it again, at least to where I need to get to for the DLC. But I don't know. I don't know. I've kind of got a bit of a gap now, but I'm sure I'll be able to fill it up with plenty of video games.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Right. Let's have some news then, shall we? Right. It was the BAFTA Video Game Awards. When was this? A couple of weeks ago. Because we're doing
Yeah.
this every fortnight now, so the news isn't the news anymore. It's the olds, as they say on the Ricky Gervais show that time. I just wanted to go through the awards
Mhm.
quickly, just have a fly through them. I feel like the BAFTA Game Awards don't really. I think because they're British, they don't get as much exposure, do they, or as much respect to in comparison to like the Game Awards. Do you know what I mean?
I wouldn't say respect,
No,
but
I think they're well respected within like the industry, but not as like a popular, commercial kind of show. If you see what I mean?
yeah, it doesn't feel as hyped up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But still, like big award to win. Like if you got one.
Yeah. And I think what I really like is it just focuses on the awards.
Yeah, basically what the Game Awards didn't really do.
Yeah. Not
It
to shit on
focused
that,
on
but
more celebrities than actual awarding the developers.
yeah.
Yeah, it's weird looking at this list as well because these awards are like 4 months later than last year. It's like when I was reading them, I was like, all these games came out last year, and then I was like, oh yeah, that makes complete sense. So debut game went to Venba. Never played this. Don't know what that
No.
is,
I'd never even heard of that.
but it's made me want to check it out.
You could play that.
Yeah, I could play that. I could play that. Yeah, yeah. No idea what it is, but it's got me interested. Audio achievement, Alan Wake 2. You didn't play it, did you? But you sat and watched me play it for a bit on and off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fucking amazing game. It's so good. You should
Yeah.
play that, mate. You should play it.
I know. Add it to the long list.
Add it to the long list. Yeah, add it on there with Resident Evil 4, another game that's never gonna get finished
I
by
have
Carlie
played
McGarity.
I have played that though.
No, I mean the remake.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, the remake. The remake.
Yeah, I'll get to it.
Multiplayer, Super Mario Brothers Wonder. Yeah,
Yeah.
fair. I mean, we played this, like, we absolutely smashed through that game, didn't we? In about 2 weeks, or something.
Oh my
We, like,
gosh.
absolutely caned it, didn't we? Co
Could
op. Well, no,
not
we were just doing past the pad, weren't we?
yeah.
Yeah.
Could not stop playing that. I loved it.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so good. So, like, some of those levels towards the end were well hard, though. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely nails. Um, Evolving game, Cyberpunk 2077. I reckon Connor will find that award really annoying.
Why?
Because because some of these awards just like I don't know. We always say like I don't know what the criteria is for that award. What is
Right.
what is that game? Because that game's been out for 3 years now. 2021, I think it came out.
Was it?
Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 2021. Don't quote me on that though. No, it
Wow.
was. It was. And I guess they have released a DLC for it and they have patched it and things like that. But it's one of those. It's one of those which is kind of what is your criteria for that award? Like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to know when they do the awards is how you achieve that award. Do you know what I mean? What you have to
Mm.
fulfill to merit that award.
Yeah, it's vague, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, to be honest, there might be a list on the BAFTA website which does that, but not on this BBC article. Game design, Dave the Diver. I should say as well very quickly. I don't know what the other nominees were for these, so we're just going with the winners basically. Yeah, game design, Dave Diver, excellent game.
Mhm.
You know now how addictive it is.
Yeah, I can see
British
that.
game, Viewfinder. That was that really cool puzzle game where you take a picture of the level. So you're in a 3D level and you take a picture of an area, and then you can use that photograph to create a platform.
Oh,
Also,
that's really clever.
you use the imagery of what you've captured to progress to the next area, which is really really clever. Artistic achievement, Alan Wake 2. Again, yeah, I can totally see why that won. New
Yeah,
intellectual property, Viewfinder. Um, Narrative, Baldur's Gate 3. You really want to play this as well, don't you?
I do. Yeah.
I would like to play it. I kind of want to wait until they do cross play so we can play it together with maybe some other people as well. Um, yeah, I do really want to play this, but I just there's something stopping me buying it, and I don't know what it is. I think it might be because I wasn't massively into Larian's last game, Divinity
Right.
2, which is rated as like one of the best PC games ever made, if not the best PC game ever made.
What was it you went into?
I just wasn't. It was a bit too. It was a bit too deep into the mechanics for me. Like it's really, really heavy RPG.
Hmm.
Like the battles are really tactical. You have to grind levels. You have to equip each character with the like perfect meta loadout and things like that, which is great. Like if that's what you're into, it was too much for me at the time.
Yeah, it's a
But it
lot.
is one of those ones I do want to revisit and just maybe try it again and be like, maybe if I could really get into it. I think the idea of how massive that game is as well scares me.
I
The
guess
Baldur's
is
Gate 3.
yeah, and you have just played two really
Mm.
big games as well, so perhaps once you've had a little break.
But then I guess if it's amazing, you won't really care.
No, that's true.
Like, yeah, like between Persona 3 and Final Fantasy 7, I've done like fucking 130 hours, something like that,
Hmm. I think it's
which is
easy.
mad.
Oh, sorry. I think it's easy as well to get overwhelmed when you think about it. So if you just start,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. Just get into it.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely. Performer in a supporting role, Andrew Wincott, Raphael from Baldur's Gate 3. Family game, Super Mario Brother Wonders. Yeah. Super Mario
wonders.
Brothers Wonder. I knew you'd laugh at that. Uh, I don't know what this award is. The EE Players Choice Award. Baldur's Gate 3. Of course. I don't even know what that award is. Animation, Hi-Fi Rush. Fucking get in. This game's so good. It's so overlooked, mate. Hi-Fi Rush. It's fucking brilliant. Music, Baldur's Gate 3. Didn't give it to Zelda again.
Oh,
Pathetic. Game Beyond Entertainment. Not sure what that award is either, but that went to Cheer, that Zelda kind of Breath of the
yeah,
Wild sort of style game that came out on PlayStation Plus.
yeah, another one.
Yeah, Connell played it. Said he really enjoyed it. I think he got the platinum for that as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Technical achievement went to Tears of the Kingdom. Um,
Yay.
a little bit of Zelda love in there. I love how much Zelda loves in this house. It's great. It's great. And I've
Oh.
got not got Connor here to fucking talk shit about it. So unlucky, mate.
Yeah,
Perform-
outnumbered.
Performer in a leading role went to Naji Jetta, who was Miles Morales in Spider-Man 2,
Sick.
who is awesome in that game. I must say, I'm surprised that Baldur's Gate 3 didn't get that because everyone went on about how fucking good the voice acting in Baldur's Gate, but Miles Morales, mate, he's pretty fucking cool anyway. And then finally, best game, Baldur's Gate 3. What a surprise.
Who's surprised?
I'm sure it's absolutely amazing, but I can't wait to just like stop hearing about it.
I hope it's not like when you do play it, it doesn't like fall into that hype trap.
Mm. Yeah, because I don't think it could get more and more hyped up, really.
No, not, I mean, it's got the like the award backing, so it's obviously doing something right, but it can
Yeah.
happen.
It's like one of the highest rated video games ever made, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Ever.
crazy. Good on them though. I mean, scooping up
Yeah.
5 wins, including best game, is
Yeah. Pretty impressive.
yeah, it's amazing.
Proper independent game as well. Fucking
Yeah,
good for them.
yeah, definitely.
Nice. So that's
Yeah.
your BAFTA Video Game Awards.
Oh no, I love it. Well,
Yeah.
big
Good to see some
congrats
developers. Yeah, congrats to all the winners
and nominees.
and nominees. Yeah, don't forget about them. Right, the Fallout TV show's out, isn't it? As well. That's had a good reception.
Yeah, that's really good. I've seen there's like a lot of new interest in the games as well since it's
Oh my god.
released.
Everyone's playing it again, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it must be good. We've not watched it yet because we've been like hooked on Shogun. So
Yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna watch the last episode of Shogun tonight, aren't we? And then I think start Fallout this week some point.
yes, definitely.
Yeah.
I really do want to watch it, but I just yeah, Shogun
Yeah, I've
is insane.
Shogun's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've just heard nothing but good things about Fallout, really. And for someone who absolutely loves Fallout, like me, um, nah, I got New Vegas for like £4. I think it was £3.99, and then I realised it was on fucking Game Pass anyway, so that was a waste of £4. But I got it on Steam, because I thought I've never played it, and if the Fallout show's good and I enjoy it, I think it's going to make me want to try it. So I've almost got it in preparation. So maybe that's what I'll play next anyway. But I'm
Yeah.
excited. I'm excited to watch it. There's people who like not even played a Fallout game, like who've watched it and they're like, "This is fucking brilliant." So if you've got any sort of affinity with the games, I expect that's why it's getting such a good reception as well, because it's true to the game
Yeah,
as
that's what
well.
I've heard. Apparently, that just captures the tone and like the setting and all the props and that's supposed to be like
Yeah,
bang on.
I mean, like the trailers that I've seen of it, they do look amazing. Like visually, it looks great. It doesn't look super CGI. It looks like a lot of practical effects. Like the power armor looks fucking awesome in it as well.
Yeah.
All the characters look really memorable. It kind of makes me think that if they can do Fallout, they could do a really good Borderlands
Yeah.
like show
Well,
as
there's a
well.
film, isn't there, coming out
Yeah, yeah, it's a
soon?
film. But the trailer just looks, again, that looks really CG heavy. And I know Borderlands is mental, and I'm not saying you shouldn't use CGI because obviously it has its place. But I mean, we might watch Fallout and then it's like, oh, this has got loads of CGI in it, but it looks really good. Do you know what I mean?
I think with Fallout, it looks like it's been made by people who've played the game a lot.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, it's true to the game, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. I mean, it's like Amazon Prime, isn't it? And they're also going to be doing God of War as well.
yeah, yeah. Mate, I'm so intrigued how that turns out.
Yeah,
Like, where are they going to start that? Are they going to start that in Greece, or are they going to start it in Norway?
I think Norway. I think they're just going to focus on the 2018 Kratos.
Do you reckon?
Yeah,
And then have flashbacks maybe to his past, where he's a
yeah.
fucking little cunt.
That's some character arc, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's just that's so good, so good.
Yeah. I mean, no, it's cool. I'm glad that they are creating a space for.
Yeah, mate. I'm loving the fact that there's video game adaptations being done. You know, like
Mm,
done well as well. Obviously, I can't comment on Fallout really, but the general consensus out there is that it's really good. Obviously, The Last of Us was excellent as well. The
yeah.
Sonic films are good. You know, they're I think they're starting to get it now a little bit, and
Yeah,
TV especially lends itself way more to video games than movies do, in my opinion,
definitely.
because you've got so much more time, so much more screen time to get to know the characters and go through what they go through.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. Right, last little bit of news we got is apparently EA are no longer working on Dead Space 2 remake. Um, So I've just got an article up here on GameSpot by George Yang, and their quote is actually from Giant Bomb's Jeff Grubb. EA reportedly has its hands busy with both the upcoming Iron Man game and the next Battlefield entry that is deprioritized, the Dead Space 2 remake. Quote, they were working on Dead Space 2 and they are no longer working on it. It is on the shelf because the first game had lackluster sales. He also reported that the game was still in the pre-production phase but has now been shelved, which is surprising, if I'm honest, because I the Dead Space remake was fucking brilliant.
Oh my God.
It was
Yeah.
excellent.
I loved it so
Yeah,
much.
yeah, it's fucking great. Yeah, like what I would say is it's very much a carbon copy of the original.
Yeah.
Just but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think as far as remakes go, it's well up there with some of the best. You know what I mean? I couldn't find the sales figures for it anywhere, which is not usually a good sign considering that game's been out over a year now. But yeah, I'm surprised by this story really, considering the reception that game got. I thought it would have sold. Maybe their projections were just way higher than they kind of forecast for. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I am really gutted because I mean, I never played the original
Yeah,
because I was way too scared back in the day.
yeah,
And then,
yeah,
and so I feel like if it wasn't for that remake, I never would have played it. And so,
yeah, yeah. I'd love to see Dead Space 2. Obviously, um, I can kind of understand if it's sold poorly. I kind of get why they shelved it, but it
yeah,
doesn't explicitly say that this game's never coming out. It just says it's no longer being worked on at this current time. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe
yeah,
they'll pick it back up, but I don't know. I don't know. If they're working on other projects, then if it sold like 10 million copies, they'd have fucking smashed it out straight away.
yeah,
Um, but it'd be cool to see it, you know, remade perhaps in the kind of Resident Evil style where they've changed the areas slightly and add in new surprises, that sort of thing, new enemies.
yeah. Do you think
Um,
that's what the remake was missing, and maybe why people didn't play it because they'd heard it was kind of pretty much a carbon copy?
I don't know really because Dead Space has always been one of my favorite survival horror games. I think it was the perfect. It was the sci-fi horror game I'd always wanted. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that after
Yeah, and it,
playing
it
it.
it totally took what Resident Evil 4 did really well and just made it into you know, a proper sci-fi horror game with a really fucked up weird story. Like I love the story in it. It's a bit mad, but it's
Oh,
it's like culty, but then there's fucking aliens in it and there's bad guys and the military are involved and just the Ishimura as a setting is just it's so fucking
oh,
cool. Like it's
yeah.
so cool.
The atmospherics in that game are
Yeah.
like none I've ever played.
Oh mate. The sound design and like the feeling of dread all the time is just horrible in that.
Oh my God. Anytime I was near a vent, I was like, nope, moving away.
Yeah. You just get like PTSD as soon as you see one of those like little fans.
Yeah.
You're like, for fuck's sake, something's just gonna jump out of there in a minute.
Immediately clenching. I
Yeah.
think as well, I think as well what it does really well is like when you like fire the gun or you
Mm.
stomp on them, like it really feels like you're crushing them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, I know exactly what
It's
you
like
mean.
satisfying.
Yeah, yeah. Because the
But
combat's all based around like delimbing them, like
yeah,
rather than just and like all the weapons you use are like these tools, these engineering tools, because you are an engineer.
yeah.
And you're like going around like fixing the ship and stuff, and it's such a good, unique sort of lightning in a bottle take on the sci-fi horror survival kind of genre. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. And shame. It's a shame if that's true. If that is true, then that is a shame. Because Dead Space 2 is great as well.
Oh
It's absolutely
man.
great.
Yeah. I mean, Isaac's an absolute unit, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, mentally deranged by the end of the game, but you can't really blame him, can
I mean,
you?
I don't know anyone who wouldn't be fucked up after that.
Yeah, yeah, literally. He's exposed to the marker so much as well. It's like this guy's brain's fucking fried, mate, 100%.
Yeah, it's no coming back from that. But no, it's a shame. And I mean, I guess as well, like you said, when you mentioned Resi, I like read that Resi 2, I think sold like 13 million units,
Mm.
which I think is the highest selling like remake.
Remake, yeah, yeah. Doesn't surprise me
Which,
at all.
no, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean that really doesn't surprise me because I think, well, one of the small kind of subtopics we were going to touch on was, we think is the best remake.
Mm.
Um, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So our main topic this week is based around video game remakes. And I've just got a few questions that I thought we could have a chat about,
Yeah, sounds good.
in general. So just piggybacking off the back of, that doesn't make any sense. Off the back of what we were just talking about, do you like the amount of remakes that are released now?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really see an issue with them. I think,
No.
like I sort of touched on earlier with Dead Space, I never would have played that game if it hadn't been for the remake. So for me, it's kind of like an opportunity to play games that I've missed
Yeah,
and or
absolutely.
overlooked. And also I think it like gives them a new life kind of thing. If that makes sense?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, definitely, definitely. Um, yeah, I think you're absolutely right, and it's weird because we're kind of in this time period now where so video games have been around for like what for like properly in your home for like 40 odd years, right?
Mm.
And you kind of have this period now where all these older games are getting remade because the technical leap is just fucking enormous now from like the N64 PlayStation era to now, or the PlayStation 2 era to now is like enormous. And being able to play those experiences, even ones that I've played, the originals, it's amazing. I love it. I'd happily spend my money on these remakes if they're decent. Do you know what I mean? It's just I
Yeah,
think there's a line between, whether it's a cash cow or a worthy development project. Do you know what I mean?
definitely. I think there's like a fine balance as well. Like I think it's like staying true to the original, whilst like modernizing it.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
some
exactly.
games I think should just be preserved for nostalgia.
Mm.
And, you know, I think there's an element of like, why shouldn't people dig out their old consoles and play
Yeah.
the
So
old
yeah,
game? Like,
it's cathartic, isn't it?
yeah,
Doing that sort of thing.
absolutely. And I think there's something quite like a sacred about like when you're growing up and you have like a core memory of a game,
Yeah.
and it's quite nice leaving it there with that memory.
Yeah, yeah. I suppose the only counter to that would be, were those games are always going to be there.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess it's the accessibility of being able to, if you had an N64, like, and you can't get hold of one now because they're not, you can't go into the shop and buy one. How are you going to play that game? I know it's
Yeah.
a it's pedantic point, but I guess that would be the only thing that might stop you being able to play those games. But
Yeah,
then again, like I
harder.
don't like you've got if you do a remake of something like Crash Bandicoot, you've still got the original if you want to play it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's so
But then
true.
on the other end of the spectrum, you've got Resident Evil 2, which, like you said, has been completely modernized, like with the over the shoulder camera, everything else, all the visuals, all the bells and whistles, and it's just a better game by fucking miles.
Mm,
Like that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing.
yeah, it can be. I guess as well there is a huge difference, isn't there, between a remake and a remaster?
Oh my god, yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I think, well, Kotaku, there's an article on Kotaku, and it's 2024 is filled with video game remasters and remakes, and there is a lot.
I
I'm
have a
not gonna
look.
go through. I'm not gonna go through them all because there's over 30 in here. But just going through some here, like So you got The Last of Us Part 2, Hitman Blood Money, Persona 3 Reload, Tomb Raider Remastered, Star Wars Dark Forces, the Star Wars Battlefront Collection, Braid, Paper Mario, Luigi's Mansion 2. Like Age of Mythology's getting remade. I fucking love that game as well. I'd be well up playing that. Beyond Good and Evil 20th anniversary. Just make the new one. Don't remake the old one. Metal Gear Solid, Snake Eater, I'm all in. Silent Hill 2 remake, I'm all in. Sonic Generations X Shadow, I don't know what that is. And then Until Dawn's getting a remaster. I'm
Yeah.
like, stop. Like, there's a lot on there. And I was thinking, is there an appropriate length of time before a remake is acceptable in air quotes? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't,
Yeah.
because something like The Last of Us Part 2, I know it's not a remake, but it's, you know, it's a remaster in the engine that they did for The Last of Us Part 1 remaster.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure really, because The Last of Us Part 2 came out in January, a year after the HBO show launched. So I don't know. The Last of Us Part 2 to me, I think it's, if you owned the game already, it was only like a £10 upgrade or something like that. But
Yeah.
and to be fair, you know, the engine was already there, etc. It probably didn't take a lot of development time to make that game. I don't want to, I don't want to downplay how easy it is to make a game, because it's obviously very difficult. But I don't know. I don't know. There's a fine line for me. I would say something like 10 to 15 years feels like a good amount of time for a
Yeah.
game's remade. But it's hard to say, because I mean, I don't even know when what was the first ever remake. I'm not sure. But you see games from the PS2, PS3 era now getting remade, which are 10 to 15 years old, and to me that's fine. To me that's absolutely fine.
Yeah. I think that makes sense. I think it's been long enough.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
I think it's, it's so scary because to me, like, I remember when we were talking about, it's like really random, but we were talking about like the first Red Dead,
Mm.
and you were like, no, it came out like 10 years ago. And I was like, no, surely not. And then obviously it was. And I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God,
Yeah, yeah, it's
that's flown
ancient.
by.
Well, it's not ancient, but it's yeah, it's old enough now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like if a remake came out of that, I wouldn't be mad, kind of thing, if it was long enough. Whereas, yeah, The Last of Us Part 2 probably wasn't necessary. But like you said, if you hadn't played it, then you may as well get that upgrade. And
Yeah, yeah, it's a nice little package now, isn't it? You can get 1 and 2 for the PS5. Like, at the end of the day, they're meant to make money, aren't they? Video game developers and publishers, like, they're there to make money, as well as,
yeah,
I know they're their passion projects and stuff. But if it's a case of, right, we can smash out The Last of Us Part 2 in a year, and then, is it worth the development time? Yeah, it is. Done. Then fair enough. Are
yeah.
there any remakes that have kind of flopped in your eyes, or exceeded expectations for you, really? Are
Um,
there any that you've played that?
I think one that really comes to mind was I really loved the Shadow Colossus remake.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah,
was
definitely.
awesome. So obviously I know they'd remastered it and then they brought out the remake. But I feel like the jump was substantial enough, and to me that's just such a beautiful game, and they did
Yeah,
that so well.
it is an amazing game. Visually, it's stunning, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like, it's
it's
such an amazing world to just exist in, even though it's really lonely
yeah.
and, like, kind of sparse. It's just got that mystery around it, though, hasn't it? And the colossi are like fucking just
Oh my God.
terrifying, but kind of you feel really bad for killing them as
Oh,
well. Like,
awful. And first, like you never really know like the relationship of the characters because you don't know whether it's like his sister or his, I don't know, like his queen or something. Like I love that like mystery, and it's just so melancholic. Like that whole game is, yeah,
it's a
it's
vibe, isn't it?
beautiful. Yeah, it really is. I also really enjoyed playing Tony Hawk's again.
Yeah, yeah, it's a great shout.
That was super fun. Like pure nostalgic trip. And the
See, that was,
soundtrack.
yeah. So that was one in my head that was done perfectly. Like they kept the controls, they added in some accessibility to make it a little bit easier. They kept the soundtrack, all the levels are the same, and it was like 30 quid. And you got both games. And yeah, it's just an absolute blast playing it again because it's for people like us, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just fun.
Like that remake is for 30 to 40-year-olds, right? Like
Don't give away our age.
100%.
Yeah,
Sorry. Well,
no,
I'm 30, you're 40, so
fuck off.
no,
Toy
I'm
boy.
joking. I'm joking.
No.
But yeah, it's amazing. That's a great shout.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I also I don't know if you ever played it, but Heart Gold and Soul Silver Pokemon.
No, so they're the two Pokemon games I've never played. The Gold and Silver. You know
Oh,
that. You know that.
I know. Just so disappointing still to
I
hear.
know. I
You
know.
need to, but they're
But I don't
brilliant.
know where I'd play that now though. Like I'd have to get a DS. I'd have to get
Yeah.
a DS or emulate it. And
Be worth it. It's so
yeah,
good. Like, so that's technically a remake,
yeah, yeah. I suppose so. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
they're brilliant. Whereas, like, when you said about ones that have flopped in my eyes, I wouldn't say it's a flop, but for me, I just didn't enjoy them as much, and that was like Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's more personal preference though. Like, I just love the look and feel of the old Game Boy ones. Like, I just
Nah,
don't
I
think
totally get that.
you can top that. Same with like, is it called Pokemon? Is it I Choose You?
Oh,
Um,
let's go,
Let's
Eevee, let's
go.
go. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's it.
But that's the one where you just catch the Pokemon, isn't it? Rather than you don't actually battle, do you? You just catch them.
Yeah, you just catch them. I don't
It's just,
know.
just weird. It's like just if you're gonna remake Red and Blue, just do it properly.
Yeah. Also, it
Yeah,
just felt,
odd
yeah,
choice, isn't it?
yeah. And like with Diamond and Pearl, like, I don't mean to like blow my own trumpet, but they felt really easy in
Yeah,
comparison.
yeah, yeah.
And again, I don't know if it's because I'm a bit older or
It's probably because they've added things like XP share and stuff like that. Things that do make them easier. But I think with Pokemon games, that does take a lot of the grinding out of it. That's one thing I hated about playing older Pokemon games was you had to grind out each Pokemon's levels, and it would get really tedious, especially at the end if you've only got like one or two Pokemon that are ground out. If you see what I mean.
yeah, no, it makes sense. I guess it's like a fine balance, isn't there,
Mm.
somewhere? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
what about you? Is there any which you've not
I
had
mean,
as much?
it's hard to fuck up a remake, I think, because you've got the like unless you're meddling with like story elements and things like that, where you're changing the story quite a lot, like kind of like Final Fantasy VII is doing.
Yeah,
The structure is essentially there, the scaffolding is there. It's you just updating it visually and maybe adding in some, obviously updated dialogue. I'm not saying it's easy again by any stretch of the imagination, but you've someone's written the script for you, right? And they've written the layout and everything, and then you get to go in and just kind of change it, make it look pretty, make it sound great, make it feel great to play. All the really hard things about making a video game. But you get what I'm saying, right? It's already kind of done for you, mapped out. You
mm,
don't have to worry about creating a new IP from scratch, where you have to make all these creative decisions to and invent characters and things like that. So,
yeah. Do you think that with Final Fantasy, what they've done is for the better?
what in terms of its story,
Yeah.
I can't really comment on it until you played it. If you see what
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, that's
just
fair.
because there's a lot that happens and like I can't. I don't want to give my opinion, even spoiler free opinion of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth until you've played it,
Okay.
or I would do that with anyone because I wouldn't want to put any ideas in anyone's head. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, I'd say objectively, like what the best remake is, I'd have to say it's Resident Evil 2 and 4 probably, just because they're a perfect blend of like updated mechanics, gameplay, enough changes to the story and locations to sort of keep it fresh and interesting, whilst keeping the similarities of the original games. So you have that familiar feeling, but it's all new and shiny, and it does almost feel like you're playing it for the first time again. which I think a remake should do. It should make it feel like you're playing it for the first time again.
Definitely. That's the
And
difference.
Final Fantasy Seven's fucking amazing as well, like absolutely amazing. But as single games, I'd have to say two, Resident Evil 2 and 4 for me,
Yeah.
definitely.
No, that makes sense. Is there anything which you'd like to see be remade?
Well, Metal Gear's getting done, which is great. Um, Snake Eater as well, which is the best Metal Gear Solid game in my opinion. I'd love to see Bloodborne. I'd love to see a Bloodborne remake, to be honest. Like, give it the Demon Souls treatment, make Bloodborne 60 frames. Ah, mate, that would just be fucking unreal. That would be so good. Um,
Don't think you're alone there.
nah, I think I'm pretty much well in there at the moment. I'd even argue like a BioShock remake now would be fucking great.
Really? See,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think that's needed.
I don't necessarily think it's needed. I just think
You just
that would
want
be.
it.
I just want it. Yeah, I just think imagine Rapture in all its 4K glory. Like fuck, man.
I
But
mean,
it's one of those games that the gameplay is just absolutely timeless in it. Like it's so good.
it's
Like
just
Half Life Two. Like the gameplay and the gun combat is just. I don't even know if it will ever get better than that. Like I just don't even know. And that game came out in 2004. It's fucking ridiculous how good the guns feel in that game.
yeah.
But I don't know. What about you? I don't know.
Um, I so I was thinking about this, and I think if there was like one game I could pick, it'd be Bully.
Bully. Yeah,
Yeah,
fair.
I'd love a
Fair.
remake of that because that game was just so much fun.
I'd never played Bully.
Have you
No.
not?
Nah, never played Bully.
Oh my god, you'd love it. It's so up
Yeah,
your
yeah.
street.
Yeah, I bet it is. I bet it's really good. I bet it's
Yeah,
really good. Excellent. Well, there's your remake chat.
there it
Absolutely
is.
fucking smashed it out of the bag. Don't even need Connell anymore, mate.
Definitely do.
We're gonna do a very quick May preview because we're running over a little bit. I know I only get a certain amount of time on the recording, but we'll fly through these. So you got a couple of games, haven't you, Carly? I must say as well, you absolutely pulled out of the bag at the last minute to do this. So fucking nice one for smashing these out.
It's
You got
alright.
2 games, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got 3. So I'll go first. And we have had a look at these between us, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So the first one I've got is a game called Surmount,
hmm
like Insurmountable, I guess. It's coming out on Switch and PC on May the 2nd, developed by Indiana Jonas and Jasper Opera. Not actually Indiana Jones, Indiana Jonas. This looks well funny, mate. It's like split screen co-op, physics based platformer where you're kind of climbing this mountain together.
hmm
It looks weirdly between that climbing game I was playing, Jusant,
Yeah.
and Celeste, and then it kind of gave me like Ultimate Chicken Horse vibes as well, like
Really?
just in like the sort of cartoony nature of it.
Yeah, no, I can
But
see that.
it looks like it'd be a right laugh, like with a couple of people, just trying to like fumble your way up this mountain. You got to like grab onto my legs, and then I have to swing
Yeah.
left and right, and then you have to let go and grab onto the next bit. Like, yeah, it looks like a right laugh.
Yeah, yeah.
That's called Surmount on Switch and PC on May the 2nd. Right, what you got?
Nice. My first one is I could not mention this is Little Kitty Big City.
Little Kitty, Big City.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not big what was it? Big Kitty Little City, I
Big
kept
Kitty,
saying.
Little City.
No, it's Little Kitty Big City and it's coming out on Switch, PC, Xbox on May the 9th and it's developed by Dagger Dagger Studio.
Yep,
It's the studio's debut and the studio is created by a guy called Matt T. Wood, and
yep.
he's worked on games like Portal 2, Half-Life 2, and like both Left 4 Dead's,
Nice. He
which
had a
is
little stint at Valve then for a bit.
yeah. So then when you actually see the look of this game, it's just not in the tone of
Nothing
Valve.
like it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
basically, it looks more like Untitled Goose Game if anything. But yeah,
yeah.
no,
It does. It does give me those vibes, definitely.
yeah. I mean, it's just a little cat causing mischief
Causing mayhem by
in
the
a big
looks of it.
city, so. Why would you not want to play that?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. The little logo at the end as well, where he's just sat on the wall,
Yeah.
just chilling,
And
looking at you.
all the hats you can
Yeah,
get.
you can get little hats for him. Yeah, it looks like you just go around the city, just like fucking trashing shit and batting people on the head and stuff.
Yeah.
It looks like a crease up, mate.
Oh, I
It
can't
looks like an
wait.
absolute crease up.
Day one.
Yeah, absolute day oneer on the Switch. Nah, it looks very cool. It looks very cool. The cats just creases me up in that trailer. It's so good.
I love like the tone of it all.
Yeah, yeah. So unserious, isn't it?
Yeah, that looks wicked.
Nice. Right, my second game is Paper Trail. So this is out on everything on May the 21st, and it's developed by Newfangled Games. This looks amazing. The art style's ridiculous in it.
Lush.
It's so vibrant. It's almost like watercolor-esque. So it's a top-down puzzle game. Looks like it weirdly. It looks like it worked really well on like mobile or like an iPad or something.
Yeah, I get
Because
that.
it's kind of like an origami style platformer. So you kind of fold the pages to create the path. So on the back of the paper that you're folding is like the path that you need to go on or
Yeah.
whatever you need to collect, and
It's like
you're kind of folding it round and then unfolding it. It's really, really clever, man. It looks really, really clever.
yeah, it looks like a puzzle sort of game as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that's basically what it is. It's like a puzzle game, but it has got these. It looks like it's got one of those kind of deep stories to it as well.
Definitely.
Yeah, it looks super charming. The animations are fucking great on that as well.
Yeah, the whole art style is just
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, it's a very unique looking game. So
Mm.
one that I'd definitely have a look at. That's Paper Trail. That's out on everything on May the 21st. Right,
Nice.
what's your other game?
My one is, I guess, in the theme of remakes,
Yeah,
is and we've actually already mentioned it, is the Braid Anniversary Edition.
yes, yeah.
And it's out on everything on May the 14th. Developer is Number None. And yeah, as I said, it's a remake. I thought it was worth mentioning because they've basically like hand painted and like remastered it all for high res. They've included like new animation, sounds, the works.
Yeah.
They've also, I thought it was quite a neat addition, is they've added in like this extensive commentary feature option.
Oh, nice.
So
That's
you can
welcome.
play that on, and so basically the goal of it is they wanted to create like the most like in-depth commentary ever made in like a video game,
Amazing.
making it like a great resource for those who want to get into game design and have it there. And I think they really break down
That's really
a
cool,
lot of
man. That's really
elements. Yeah,
cool.
they've gone really hard on that, and they've also, I think they've added in like more of the, like the time bending puzzles. And yeah, I mean, it was like an indie staple, wasn't it, back from like 2008? I think like that and
Yeah,
Limbo
yeah,
really paved the
Blades, yeah.
way. So
Yeah, that Super Meat Boy and like Fez were like three like massive, because Braid I think was developed by one guy. I think it's Jonathan Blow
yeah, that's it.
originally.
Yeah.
And he's like, you can tell in like interviews, like he's ridiculously clever. Like to come
Mm,
up with a game like that. It's such
yeah.
a unique looking game as well. But like you
Yeah.
said, it's a absolute indie titan. It's a indie classic, and I've never played it as well.
Oh,
So I'd love to. I'd love to play that.
yeah, I think you'll
Amazing.
really like it. But yeah, it's out on May the 14th.
Excellent stuff. Well, finishing on the remake vibe as well is my third one, which is Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, out obviously only on Switch on May 23rd. Developed by Nintendo. It's Paper Mario, isn't it? It's
It's just
Paper
Mario.
Mario. It's just Paper Mario, isn't it? Yeah, I've never played this. I've said this hundreds of times on the podcast. Absolutely loved the first game. Never got around to playing the second one. So I'm very, very excited to play this. It might be the last big kind of title I play on the Switch,
Yeah,
I
that's a good
think.
point.
It looks fantastic. Yeah,
Oh, it
it's just got the Nintendo charm, hasn't it? I expect it to play phenomenally as it's a Nintendo game, as
Yeah.
most of them do, and it's a Mario game as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but unfortunately for Mario, he's only the second most iconic video game character of all time. So we'll leave that there. Well, obviously we've not got a video out. I'm not sure if Connell's got anything out this week. He hasn't told me, but check his channel out anyway. Loot the Truth on YouTube. Give us
Yes.
an email. We're on socials. Hey there reflect, or hey there reflect at gmail.com. Other than that, that'll do us this week. So thanks for listening, everyone, and thank you massively to Carlie McGarity for coming on and co-hosting with me this week.
You're welcome. Sorry for my extensive waffle.
Yeah, absolutely fine, mate. That's what we do. Right, we'll see you all in episode 55.